my God. We are in an actual podcast studio, which is insane. I cannot believe that this is reality, but this is reality. And I kind of just want to talk about how this is even possible and how you can do this and how everybody has the power and the control to change their lives. It's putting yourself in a situation to prove to yourself that you can be the badass version of yourself that you know that you are. So let's just get into it, because this has really been resonating with me for the past couple of months. Moving out to California has really shifted a lot in my mindset and where I am today. A year ago today, I couldn't even have imagined me sitting where I am right now, being able to talk to you guys and being able to share my experience. One of the first things that came to my mind was admitting how much control we really do have. I remember sitting down and really looking at myself, admitting how much power and control I have over my reality. It sucks when you waited so long to finally do the things that you so desperately have been wanting to do, and then see how beautiful your life becomes. And then it's the double-edged sword of having that life and knocking yourself down that why didn't you start sooner? Why didn't you do this before? Why didn't I do this a year ago? Why didn't I start this, 5 years ago? And I would have been in even a crazier spot than I am today. And I think that that's a horrible mindset to have, because the fact that you're doing and you're living a life that a previous version of you would have never thought existed. You are able and capable of living that life. I used to wait until I thought it was gonna be no longer scary. And I thought I would just wake up one day and magically it would all come to me. And I'd be like, you know what? I'm no longer afraid. I am that badass version of myself that I knew this whole time. And now I am able to pursue it because I no longer have that fear. And unfortunately, life does not work out that way. I wish it did. I wish I could just wake up and be like, you know what? I am that bad bitch version of myself and I'm gonna just do it today. You have to do it when you are scared. You're not gonna just magically wake up one day no longer afraid. In order to gain courage, you have to walk through it with the fear. You have to do it when you are scared. That is how you walk through the other side. You're not gonna magically wake up with all this knowledge of everything that you in another life wakes up with because you've been through everything. You have to fail over and over and over again in order to create the knowledge, in order to gain the knowledge. You have to put yourself in a position to be okay with failing, to be okay with messing up, to be okay with doing it over and over and over and over again until that knowledge does start to speak to you. That is how you wake up and you become it. Think of it, if you're in the gym and you don't think that you are really, consider yourself a person who works out in the gym and whatnot, but when you are doing those workouts, whether or not you feel it of, oh, hey, I'm going to consider myself somebody who, goes to the gym all the time. You don't have to feel it, but the fact that you're there and you're going through the repetition, eventually you are going to align with having the physique of somebody who does go to the gym, whether or not you believed it to be true or not. And the same applies to your life. If you keep showing up and you keep doing the work, eventually it is going to have to align to you. It's not just faking it and saying, oh, I'm just gonna keep faking it until one day I just make it. You just be it. Just start from the place of you already are there. I think that we come up with a lot of complex answers and solutions in order to get to the other side, when in reality, I think we all know the answer. I think we all know what really needs to get done. I think we all know it's a yes or no, or go do this or go do that. And we create these really complex things and solutions that paralyze us from even wanting to do it at all, because we've convinced ourselves that it takes so much harder to get there. It takes so much more effort in order to get where you want to go, and that's just not the truth. The truth is just doing it. Fuck around and find out. Throw yourself into situations. If you know what you want, that's an amazing start, but some people don't even know where they want to go, and that's an okay start too. That is what being alive is about. It's about understanding where you want to go, what you want to do, and I think that's the beauty of being alive. You got to just throw yourself in that door, in that door, in that experience, in order to find out what really makes you happy. What do you really want to do in this life? You know, sometimes I know exactly what I want to do, and then other times I wake up and I'm like, oh, wait, maybe I have no idea what I want to do. And that's okay, because guess what? I get to open another door and be like, let's try that one out. I have done so many things I never thought that was going to bleed into my life today. I never thought I'd be sitting here talking, doing a podcast, which is so unbelievably cool. And this wouldn't have happened if I didn't just throw myself into the fire. And one thing leads to one thing, leads to one thing, leads to another thing. And then here you are. And that's how life is. Life is, think of it as a game in order to quote unquote win, because there is no winning necessarily in life. There are people that have it all and might not feel like they have anything at all. And finding success in the mind is the most important thing. Success in the mind is what brings real success into people's lives. Now, we have the choice to say yes. We have the choice to say no. We all know that we have the choice every single day to do whatever we want. Now, I think some of us might say, well, no, I actually don't have the choice. You know, like I don't have the choice. I can't just go to a grocery store and take an apple and then leave and not pay. You're right. Like that might be really horrible. You could still do it. And I'm not saying to do it, but it's the consequence that you don't want to face. And that's a good thing to acknowledge. You can acknowledge, oh, I'm not going to do that because I don't want to face the consequence of what happens when I don't do that or when I do that. Is that something you are willing to deal with? And that's okay if the answer is no, I don't want to deal with that. That's okay. But that also tells a lot. Let's say you want to make it, you want to win an Oscar one day. Oh my God, I would do that. That's crazy. That's wild. Well, it takes a lot to get there, and there's a lot of consequences that come with that. And there's a lot of things that you have to do and be willing to sacrifice and do in order to get there. The same thing goes with whatever area you decide in this life. Now, if you want to really be in a position to change your life, first we have to get clear with what do you want? And I know that's a really scary question to ask because I get it. And to this day, I still find myself asking, what do I really want? I'm okay with the fact that it might change. And I think that's where we need to start. Putting your ego at the door and realizing that it's okay to not be the person that you were 5 years ago. It's okay to not want the same things that you thought you wanted so desperately 5 minutes ago. You are allowed to change what you want out of this life. That is one of the biggest things you have to realize with yourself before you put yourself in a position to change your life. Life is about figuring out what you want, but you have to be okay with letting go of what you thought you once wanted if it is no longer something that serves you today. If you all of a sudden wake up and you're like, I have been doing ballet for my whole life and I no longer want to do ballet. Now I want to do real estate and I have a lot of fun working with that area and those people. Okay, that's incredible. Put yourself in that position to learn more in that area. And no one says that you have to give up what you once loved. You don't have to give up ballet and pretend that your life never had that and you never have to do it. You can always have that there. You can always do that. But it's taking control of where you are today and what serves you today. And that might be changing your career, changing who you once thought you were okay with, changing things in your life that you got so comfortable with calling your reality. Are you comfortable with your reality or are you unhappy? I've definitely dealt with the fear of what if? What if I let this all go? What happens? Where am I gonna be? What if I really took the leap? What if I really put myself in a position to change my reality? I mean, then what? That's horrifying and that's terrifying. And I think it's okay to realize, holy shit, my whole life is about to change. Am I okay with that? Is that something I'm willing to do? But then ask yourself, what's worse? Pretending that you're happy or taking the leap of faith to live the life you've always once thought you could? And that is what made me take the leap. In order to learn where you want to go and how to live the life you want to live, You have to be willing to throw yourself into it. Everyone asks me, Allie, why'd you move to California? Why did you move to California? Why did you do that? Oh, Allie, why? Well, let me tell you why. I wanted a fire under my ass. And I got that. And let me tell you what gave me that. It has knocked me on my ass so many times. And I'm so grateful for it because every time that I get knocked on my ass, I become funnier. I become more intelligent. I become more witty. I become more knowledgeable. It can be really disheartening when things feel like they are out of your control. But I like to correlate things being out of my control with guiding me where I need to take control of. Sometimes I think that I should be living in doing things and succeeding in certain areas, and I just don't see it happening in that area. And that's okay. Maybe it's just not right now in this time and space. Maybe I need to take a little bit more control in another area right now in my life. And everything happens for a reason. That's the mentality that I try to have when I start to pursue things that I want to test the waters with. When you decide to change your life and try something new, don't give up after the first week. Goodness, don't give up after the first 3 months, the first 6 months. Honestly, give it a year. You want to try something because you really believe in it, because you really feel like this could change your life. Give it a year. Really try. Don't just give it a week and say, oh, this didn't work out for me. That's not fair. That's not fair to you. That's not fair to giving yourself a real fighting chance in pursuing what you want to pursue. What is 1 week gonna do? 3 months? I mean, it's still a baby. You're still a baby with it. 6 months? I mean, even a year, but I think giving a year is a fighting chance. I think giving it a year is something that you owe yourself. I would tell you to go into it knowing you're gonna fuck up. Welcome to being human. I like to think of it as every fuck up is another story to tell Jimmy Fallon. You gotta be okay with the fuck up of it. And you got to be okay with realizing that the people that you look at and you get inspired by were at square one at one point and had no idea what they were doing. Everyone starts from square one. Everyone starts from the beginning, from the not knowing anything. And you don't see all the times that they fucked up. You don't see all the times that they've messed up. You don't see all their failures. You don't see all the rejections. You don't see everything that they had to go through in order to be at the top. Get really clear on what makes you happy. There are people that do have it all, that you think have it all, right? They have the looks, they have the money, they have the fame, they have the success, they have the followers, they have the body. If you really knew what went on in their head, not all, but some are not very happy. Having external success does not make somebody feel worthy unless you feel it within. You should never have to sacrifice your self-worth, your love of being alive, your enjoyment of existing in order to get where you want to go. Are there times you have to sacrifice certain things? And again, it comes with you are capable of saying yes, you are capable of saying no, and understanding what consequences you are willing to put up with in order to achieve what you want to do. Everyone deals with their own things. And it comes down to taking accountability and looking at your own life in order to change your life to what benefits and serves you. It is so unique that everybody goes through their own things in this life. You have been through experiences nobody on this world has been through. You are a person that nobody in this world is able to copy. Use you as your superpower. You have the power to change your life. Bring yourself into everything that you want to do as well. And being okay with it's not being a race. It's not a race. I have the power to control my life. And if at any point I'm like, you know what, this is not for me, I'm okay with saying this is not for me and trying something else. You have the power. You have the control. You have the confidence. You have everything that you need in order to get wherever you want to go. Bring yourself in everything you do, by the way. And I hope future episodes are also in such a freaking cool spot. But yeah, I'm so grateful to be here, and I'm so excited for the next episode. And if you guys have any suggestions of what you guys want to talk about or want to hear, please throw all the questions in the bottom, and I will see you guys in the next one.